Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Say hi! Hi, guys! Say hi! Hi! Ah, you're so mean! Hi, guys! This is Rosie. She is a Cavapoo. So she's a Cavalier, King Charles, and Poodle mix. She's being very lazy right now. But yeah, so this is my new doggy that we got. So I didn't really talk about this on my channel because at the time it was really hard and it still makes me sad and super uncomfy, I guess, to talk about, whatever. The February of this past year, my dog Lucky, he actually passed away, and he was 12 years old, so he's pretty old, but it was like super hard for me and my parents. And like, I feel like anyone who loses a pet, you know, like they are your family, and we just always felt afterwards that there was something missing. And so we ended up getting Rosie like 6 months later. I don't know. And yeah, it's been so nice to have another furry family member around the house. So yeah, so that's Rosie. Hi everyone, it is Kelsey. Welcome back to my channel. So for my video today, I am going to be talking about my sophomore year spring semester at MSU being fashion studies major. I did not talk about this for a really long time, and I should have posted something about it, but I didn't. So I want to talk to you guys about that today. I do have to address the huge elephant in the room in saying that, like, I'm a terrible YouTuber. I don't know how to manage my time. I don't know anything. Like, I can't handle it, apparently, and school and work, everything has just like wrecked me these past 4-6 months. So that's why I haven't uploaded. I want to apologize. I know that's like such not an excuse. Y'all should just unsubscribe because I'm literally terrible at this so much. But yeah, hopefully I'm back. But then again, who knows, because I always say like, oh, I'm back, bitch, and then it's like, ooh, I don't post for another 6 months. So yeah, I'm so sorry. I know that this video is pretty boring for my first one back, but I felt like I needed to add this so that anyone who is interested in the fashion program, like, y'all know a little bit about it. There's a couple of things that I wanted to say that I feel like are necessary and important to anyone who's interested. Like, you should hear this. But I'm gonna warn y'all, like, if you're not a part of the program, if you're not interested, click off, because it's gonna be boring AF. So yeah, okay, that was disgusting. Goodbye. If I'm looking down at this piece of paper, it's my notes. I filmed this video 3 times. I forgot to turn my air purifier off. So yeah, anyway, okay. So as far as the classes that I took 6 classes. I took 5 in person and 1 online. The first class that I want to talk to you guys about is Spanish. So I took Spanish 104 last semester. Okay, so T. Like, I shouldn't have taken this class. I'm just gonna warn y'all. Like, for my pocket, for the expense in my pocket, I shouldn't have taken this class. But what I will say is that this was one of my absolute favorite classes that I have taken all time at MSU. I loved my professor. I had such an amazing time in the class. But as far as, like, I didn't need this class because I had already taken 2 semesters of a language. So it wasn't necessary for me to take it unless I was going to minor in Spanish. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So in Spanish 4, you are learning about well, you learn about everything. It's technically a class that's meant for native speakers who need to get that language check mark off of their requirements. So in Spanish 1, you learn present tense. Spanish 2 is past tense. Spanish 3 is future tense. Spanish 4 is everything that you learned for the past 3 semesters and then some, comprised into 1 semester, and it's like rapid fire. So it's super fast paced. But it's still, I loved this class. I had such an awesome time in this class. And then another class that I took last semester was cultural anthropology. So cultural anthropology, you're learning about, one, you learn what anthropology is. That's like the first thing that you do. And then the second, like, the entire rest of the semester, you're really learning about different people's cultures. I feel like this is so naive to say, but you don't realize how people across the world are living. It is so different from you. It's just like, it's not that it's shocking, but it's interesting. It really is interesting learning about that. So I'm pretty sure there's only one cultural anthropology teacher. So I'm just going to warn y'all, the class is interesting, but it's also extremely difficult, super textbook heavy. You only have like 2 tests, quizzes, whatever they're called, and a midterm and a final. But they are so, like, it's important that you're paying attention in class and reading the textbook, because it's like everything. It's like, oh, you need to know this, but you need to know you just need to know everything for that class. I'm just going to warn y'all. So then the next thing that I took was management. So management was a part of, it was a for my business minor, and it also checked off as an elective being in fashion studies. You obviously, you're talking about management. You learn, like, in a business, the different levels of managers that are there. You also talk about HR. You're talking about some marketing as well. I feel like all the business classes, they kind of interrelate because they are business classes. So we did like SWOT analysis. There was a whole huge project that we had to do off of, you know, like a Fortune 500 company and stuff. I feel like I didn't get as much out of this class because I was more focused on my other classes. So I could have gotten more, but I didn't. So I don't want to touch too much on it. We had guest speakers that were pretty good though, but I feel like not every management class has that. Another class that I took this semester was textiles. So textiles is a requirement being in fashion studies. You're learning literally everything about fabrics. You learn like the process, how it starts off as a plant and then it gets to be like a full shirt. Like, you learn a lot. Talks a little bit about sustainability. It was pretty interesting. Boring at times, but still was pretty cool to kind of learn this stuff. You do have 2 textbooks. So you have a regular textbook and then you also have this swatch kit. I'm sorry, Rosie's like sleeping on my arm and I feel super bad moving it. Oh my god, I'm such an asshole. I'm such an asshole. I'm such an asshole. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so this is our swatch kit. Get this so that you can participate in the labs that you're gonna have to do, and then it comes, which I could literally show you a lab that I have like right here. So you get this for labs. Comes with like swatches inside the book. So fabric swatches, and you learn about them and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. I actually used this for my illustration class this semester because I needed swatches for the stuff that I was drawing. But anyway, the reason why I wanted to show you guys that too was because I have seen vlogs of FIT students using that exact book. So I was like, well, we're using it too. So, but they still go to FIT and I go to Montclair. Anyway, okay, another class that I took, this was my online class that I took, Culture and Appearance. So, you're obviously learning about, similar to anthropology, you learn about people's different cultures like around the world, but it also it was related back to the way that they dress and different things that are like, I don't know how to explain that. If you take the class, that explanation hopefully would make sense. There's a huge partner project that you're going to have to do. All culture and appearance classes have it. I'm just going to warn you right now, make sure that you start as soon as possible and you do not procrastinate on the project because it is so time consuming. It's ridiculous. Mostly the first step is time consuming and the second steps you may be able to like finesse it or whatever, but it's really time consuming, and start it as fast as you possibly can. If you guys don't already know this, taking an online class, you do not learn as much as you would as an in-person class. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all right now, like, you don't. So I feel like I could have learned a lot more, but because I was so focused on my in-person classes, this one kind of took a backseat as well, and I wish I had gotten more out of it, if that makes sense. The last class that I want to talk to you guys about for spring semester was textiles and apparel industry. So this class you are talking about a little bit about textiles, but you're more talking about the process, how like a shirt is made, and then after the shirt's made, how it's getting distributed, the different types of stores that there are. Yeah, so it was an interesting class. I think one thing that was cool about this class was it was broken up into 2 parts. So you had a lecture from your professor, and then the second half of the class or the beginning half, depends. You had a guest speaker that would come in, and they were someone who worked in the industry, and they would tell you what they did, just like their stories that they had. And yeah, it was really interesting. Me and my friends would walk out of that class and be like, oh, like, what do we want to do? Because there's so many different options that you have. That was a pretty awesome class. So what I want to let you guys know is textiles and apparel industry is only offered in the spring. It's only offered your spring semester, so make sure that you take this class by your sophomore year spring semester. Otherwise, it's gonna screw up your schedule for the rest of your years to come. It is a prereq to so many different stuff. You need to take this class by your sophomore year spring semester. So what happened to me was I was originally supposed to take culture and appearance my fall semester, but I didn't. Something happened with the scheduling where they switched it to a day that I didn't want to come in, so I had to take it this semester. The problem with taking this class this semester was that course, culture and appearance, is a prerequisite to textiles and apparel industry. So what I had to do was I had to get a permit to take both classes at the same time. Basically, it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's something in the computer system that allows you to take both classes at the same time. Permits are going to be some of your best friends when you're at Montclair because they have so many students in a major, but they don't have enough classes. So that's just like, that's a different story. We don't have to talk about it. But so in order to request a permit, what you have to do is you're going to email your advisor and you're going to tell them your name, your CWID, and you're also going to tell them the course number, the CRN, course request number of the class that you need the permit for. Just give them like a brief explanation as to why you need to take it, and then like they're going to have to send it to someone else so that it gets put in the system. But yeah, permits are going to be your best friend. As far as another thing that I learned this semester, I don't know if I told you guys this already, but I originally thought it was a requirement that you have a minor a part of the fashion program. You don't. It's not necessary. I learned that last semester too. And I was like, wow, where was this information like a while ago when I had said something to my advisor? But that is a different story. I still want to. I want a minor in business and design. That was my plan from the beginning, and I'm still going to stick with it, even though it's going to literally be the death of me. I wanted to briefly talk about summer classes. So because I just finished up my fall semester, I did take a summer class in between spring semester of last year, fall semester of this year. I took two actually. I took them online. I do not recommend taking two summer classes within the 4-week, 5-week session that they are at the same time. It is so stressful and ridiculous. The amount of work that you have to put into it, absolutely insane. It's so fast-paced, so rigorous. I could not handle it because I was also working too. The first few months of summer is when like everybody's home, everyone's having a good time, everyone wants to party, everyone wants to chill. Oh my God, I made the hugest mistake by taking summer classes, 2 summer classes during that first 5-week session. Okay, so I took micro and I took Greek civilization. I mentioned that you should not take an online class unless you don't care about it. I knew I was going to be bad in micro, and I was like, you know what? I'm just trying to look to pass Greek civilization, if I'm being honest. It's a requirement. I just want to get that out of the way. And so that's what I did. I ended up passing both the classes, but it took a lot. It took a lot out of me, okay? So I would say that if you are looking to catch up on credits and you need to take a summer class, I recommend, if you're going to take them in the 4-week, 5-week session, instead of taking them all for all 3 months of the summer, if you need multiple, take them one at a time if you can't manage your time and if you're not quick at doing your work. I'm just going to say that because it killed me. It like killed me inside. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna make another video. Like I said, I just finished this semester, which was like, yeah, this semester was pretty tough, so I'm gonna make a video about that, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'll probably make it literally like tomorrow or something so that I can edit them both and have them up on my channel so we can get back to the fun stuff. I hope that I have some interesting videos for you guys in the future, but who knows, because I don't know how to put a budget. Yeah. So, I wanted to say if you made it to the end of this video, wow, you're crazy. But thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. But I also hope that if, you made it to the end of the video, like, it was helpful. If you want to be a part of the fashion studies program at Montclair State University. But I also should preface, I should have said this in the beginning of the video, this was just my experience. Your experience could be totally different, but yeah. So that's it, you guys. I'm little baby Rosie. Ooh. So we just want to say thank you again for watching. And we hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And we'll see you guys next time, right? Right. See, bye. Bye-bye. She wants to kill me. I could tell.